So over the summer, I took a cruise with some of my best friends down to Jamaica. And while I was down there, sitting on the beach, I get a text from my high school film teacher. And he texts me and he says, hey, I have an opportunity for you at WFMZ, which is a local news station. And I read it and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I immediately, obviously, accepted it. It was such a fun experience because I would go in and I got shown this camera, which I've used like a million times, and I would go out to these football games and it would be so fun. I've never had the experience of shooting football games before, or any sport at all. I'm not even really a big sports fan or football fan, and going out to these games and shooting them was actually really, really fun. I would have never expected to like it as much as I did, because beforehand I wanted to be like a director and all this, and now I kind of want to do stuff in sports. But it was so fun doing all that. I would go out to games, meet players, meet the coaches, meet all these people in the stands. I ended up meeting a ton of them and like getting their Instagrams and things, and we would talk a little bit. But I met so many people at the station as well. I met like the hosts of sports at WFMZ. I met like just other people who would do freelance videography like I was, and they were all so cool. And it's such a big deal for me because that was the first time I ever had any of my work on live television. I remember I stayed at the station until past midnight one night after my first football game, and we watched it go live on the TV. And it was such a super cool experience because I was there with all my friends that I met at the station, and we watched it on this TV together, and then they like clapped and they're like, oh my God, it was such a good time. It's the first time I had that, and it was such a cool experience. But I can't wait to do it next year because I'm going to go back, and all the people, or most of the people, are going to go back with me. So I can't wait for the next fall 2025 football season so I can work with some of my friends and shoot more for WFMZ. It's going to be such a great time.
And they really helped make the show possible. It's not even everyone, too. It's about half the team here in the Lehigh Valley. We got about 4 or 5 folks down in Berks County as well. Colin Hardy, Mason Mockimer, Kobe, Tayson. We got Hunter here, Jake, Mike, Zach, John, Destiny, Johnny, and myself. A couple of other folks that choose not to be named as well, doing other aspects to help us do well in the show this year. But thank you so much for the viewership all season long. The 31st season of The Big Ticket in the books. Destiny Sanchez, Johnny Mangano, I'm Dan Mascaratolo. We'll see all of you next fall, and best of luck to our teams remaining as they move forward in the state.